So St. Patrick's Day right around the corner, I figured it'd be a great time to do some St. Patrick's Day DIY. So today's project, we're going to do a palette wood shamrock. Now, it's not an overly simple project. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take some tools. Some of those tools needed, for one, is going to be a jigsaw, or some sort of tabletop jigsaw. I'm using a blade runner. Next, you're going to need a router. If you don't have a router, just use some heavy grit sandpaper, so maybe like a 60 or 80. That's just to smooth over the edges. Then you're going to need like a 150 or 220 grit sandpaper to smooth down the tops, make sure it's nice and smooth. A lot of people are into using the palette wood. I use fresh bought pine. I don't really like palette wood. I like the look of it. I just don't like the chemicals involved with it, so I stick to pine, and then I age it with my own vinegar and steel wool stain. I'm going to have a video upcoming, coming probably maybe in a couple weeks on how to do that. There's tons all over YouTube, but everyone kind of does their own different way. So if you're interested in making this shamrock for St. Patrick's Day, stick around and I'll show you how. Okay, so to start out, we gotta do the glue up. This is gonna be the most important part of this whole project. You have to make sure you use plenty of glue and you have plenty of clamping pressure. Glues are rather cheap, so don't worry about using it sparingly. Just pour as much on there as possible. The other important part is, you're going to see later on, I did not do this because I was kind of in a hurry, which is another big no-no. But once you set the boards in place here, as you see, I'm setting the 3 boards in here. You're going to clamp them together. You're going to get lots of glue squeeze out, which is a good thing. But when you get the glue squeeze out, either clean it up right away with a damp cloth, or wait about an hour, come back and chip it off right away with a chisel or something like that. I didn't, and you'll see later it's a pain in the neck to try to get it once it's already dry. Once the glue's set up, leave it. You're gonna have to leave it. My suggestion is leave it overnight. Make sure it's nice and dry and fused. Then you're going ahead and you're going to make your stencil. Here I'm using a 14-inch stencil. I cut it out on my Cricut, but you just print it out and cut it out on any printer. Trace it on the board. I'm going to take it out and use jigsaw, or like I said earlier, I'm using my blade runner here. You're going to cut out the design. Make sure you get as close to the line as possible, unless you have some sort of spindle sander, which I do not, so I have to get as close as possible so I could use my router to clean up any of the edges, and some high grit or low grit sandpaper to clean up any rough spots. So once the shape is cut out, you're going to move to your router, which you'll see here in a few minutes. I'm going to move over to my router. I'm using a 1/4 bit router here. It's small enough to get into any of these grooves, and it's just a round over bit. It's nice and simple to use, easy. A tabletop router probably wouldn't work in this instant, so a nice trim router works perfectly. And here's what I'm talking about. The glue is already dried, so I have to go back with a chisel, and I sped this up, but it took a lot longer. Then here's my 220 grit sandpaper, just cleaning up my edges and everything. Then I'm going ahead and aging the wood here. This is my vinegar stain that I talked about. So I'm using this on both sides and the edges. Now it's dried up. It's time to paint. I'm just using acrylic craft paint. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Go ahead and paint whichever design you see fit. This one, of course, I'm doing the Irish flag, so I'm doing green, white, and orange. this one, like I said, I did a few different ones. This one I'm painting, actually I've already gotten rid of. The one that you saw me making had the 3 colors. I mean, they all have 3 colors. This one has 4 boards instead of the 3 boards, so it actually has 2 whites. The other ones have, the other one had 1 white, 1 green, 1 orange. This one got the 2 whites. Doesn't matter. Anything you want to use your creativity and have fun with it. Alright, so once you've finished painting it, you're going to go ahead and distress it. Here I'm just using a 220 grit piece of sandpaper and a sanding block. Wrapping it over the sanding block and going to town at it. This is all personal preference. Either you're going to distress it a lot or distress it a little, just get the edges sanded, or do a full-on distress and make it look like it's been out for years and years. Up to you. Alright, so that wasn't too complicated. It was fun. It was kind of simple. Just take some time, take some energy, need some tools, and just a little bit of patience. Especially with that glue up, it's best to leave it overnight. But with this method, the sky's the limit, really. We made the Shamrocks, this one, I made this one. I'm getting ready for springtime and farmers markets. You could also do stuff like this. I did the hearts, you know, different types of hearts, different colors, you know, it's, sky's the limit. Got a few other things I'm coming up with, a few other projects I got with the same type of method. So use your imagination and have some fun with it. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. If you haven't already, check out my other social media outlets like Instagram and Pinterest and my website. Have a great day.